Hahn, and the Canadians were in the mix there. You see, Kirsten Towers and Dylan Moskovich. Here's what they had to say about their partnership.
We're both pretty similar, that we're both extremely hardworking and very competitive people. We're always pushing each other. If one of us is a little bit tired one day, we're always pushing each other on to the next thing.
For sure. It's a great partnership to sort of be a part of. It's very easy. You know, the training is not always easy, but the camaraderie is, which makes it a lot better.
You know, obviously it takes some time for a team to find their groove together, and Kirsten is so used to finishing on the podiums at events like this. So maybe the early stages of this partnership a little bit more difficult for her than it might be for Michael.
Well, every new partnership is going to take time to gel, and there's no rushing it. It's a process, and you have to follow it through and be committed. And I'm sure Kirsten is.
Little tiny trip up in the corner by Michael, just taking his crossovers, a little uptight in the knee, but they settled into a beautiful triple twist. Triple toes, wait for it. Nice. Triple toe, step into a second one. But notice the placement of a hand isn't quite where you put it. It's almost like coming down from a jump and the ice isn't where you left it. And as you said, Carol, new partnerships take time. Jumps that we had a quick peek at in the warm-up, side-by-side sow cows, and not quite as successful as it was in the warm-up.
Each game of chess means there's one less variation left to be played. Chess displayed no inertia, soon spread to Persia, then west.
That was a very cool entry into the combination spin. Kirsten doing a waltz jump to get there. I haven't seen that before. Despite their disappointment yesterday, they're skating with tons of confidence today. It's nice to see them put that behind them and do that.
Well, especially with the few bobbles and misses, not huge ones, but they're there and they're not letting them coagulate their brain. They're still moving through it.
Well, after a pretty rough start to this competition, a nice comeback by Towers Marinaro, and you just can't wait to see what this program looks like by the time Canadians roll around in January.
Well, it's hugely difficult to start a new partnership. And I mean, in any skating program, you have to complete literally thousands of movements. And when you're doing it with a strange or stranger person than you're used to, that brings a whole new level of difficulty to the whole process.
The good news is the learning curve is steep at the beginning,
Yeah,
and
that's
up
right.
you go.
That's right.
They learned a lot at this competition.
Well, Kirsten said one of the goals for the team this year was not to look like either former partnership.
I didn't know what happened on the list.
I think that's a good goal. You
Yeah,
always
I
want to
think it
create
is.
your own individual identity.
Like there was no swing in it, so I caught her.
And Kirsten a lot happier with that free program than as we saw her leave after the short earlier. We will be back with the scores in just a moment.
Thank you.
Stuff. It was fun. Love those two guys.
Well, Kirsten says that she wants to be known as a very powerful team along with her new partner, Michael Marinaro. What did you think? Powerful?
I think this relationship, just like this program, will mature very quickly. I thought the first half, they were, like I said, they were having trouble finding each other's hands. There was little slip-ups. Mike put Kirsten down not in the right groove in front of him on one situation, and you could just, their feet kind of got hung up, and perfect timing. That was the example right there. A little bit of a problem with the triple sow landing. No reason for that, Mike. You had that. A little loose in the air, maybe, and then the whole second half picked up speed.
Yeah, the key to partnerships, just like chess, is patience. You have to be patient. You have to wait for things to come together. It's a process. You can't rush it.
It's hard to be patient in the moment, right?
Exactly.
This is it.
What a much different look from this team than what we saw earlier in the short competition. They were 7th after the short, and they go, not bad. A season's best total, close to 160 points. So it won't get them on the podium, but baby steps, as Kirsten was speaking of a little bit earlier, baby steps toward what they hope will be, another great Canadian pairs team.
Yeah, the landscape of Canadian pair skating is different.